And how is everyone? Is everyone good today?
Good, thanks, Glenn.
That's great. Cole's, how's the new house? Loving the new house?
Do it from here.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank everyone involved last week for helping me move. I won't go through everybody because I might miss someone. I just thank you very, very much. It's all worked like a Trojan.
Good on you, Cole. That's great.
Thank everyone. You all know who you are. Thank you.
We all do. We all do. Fantastic. All right, guys, bless you. I hope you're having a super day so far. We're continuing on our C3 DNA series, I guess is the best way to put it. And I'm quite liking these little topics that we're going to have a chance to chat about, have a think about. And last week we talked about love, and which is so part of our DNA. Like it's not just part of our DNA. It is the whole thing, isn't it? Love. So, and that's that message that we're trying to get out there this year. You are loved. We talked about those signs we're going to put out there real soon, so that's all in the pipeline happening as well. So yes, you are loved. We need to know it, and everybody else needs to know that too. And the thing is, today we're going to talk a little bit, but we're still talking about leadership, and leadership is such an important thing for us as a church, because without leadership we just don't really go anywhere, do we? So unless we lead our families, we just kind of not do anything. Unless we lead our friends, we're not really kind of going anywhere. And the same thing with our own lives. We've got to lead our own lives as well, to some degree as well. And so we love that idea of when Paul said, "Follow me as I follow Christ." Great scripture. And so we're still talking about leadership. But this morning I want to talk a little bit about the idea of capacity and building capacity. All right, building your personal capacity. And so that's what we're talking about today. I'm going to pray, and we'll get stuck into it. All right, God, thank you so much for this morning, Lord. I just pray, Lord, that you'd help me to speak words of truth, Lord. You'd help me to speak your words and not mine, Lord. And Lord, that we would have open ears and open hearts to receive your word. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen. If you've got a Bible, grab one of those, and we're going to get stuck into that in a second. So we're talking about capacity, and I want to talk about how do we grow, how do we get bigger, all right? And it's not about getting Happy Meals and putting them in blenders and drinking those as protein shakes every day, all right? That's one way you can get bigger. It's not the kind of bigger I'm talking about here. I'm talking about how do we grow who we are as a person, And see, the thing is, it's big people are really exciting to be around. Big people don't think small things, they think big things. Big people are secure in who they are, And so when we're in Christ, we're secure, but just generally being a big person means you're secure, and somebody gives you an insult, it just goes off. Because, just like water to a duck's feathers, it just goes off because you're a big person. And so it's one of those things. Big people aren't bound by poverty mindset. Big people feel free to be generous, and they feel free to with their time and their money and their kindness and with their love. That's what big people are. They know that we can give this away, but I'm going to get it back again. This is what big people do. Big people have eternal perspective. Big people have a big picture, and but they're also diligent with the small things. Like, these are the kind of things that big people have, and they also know that when you have a mistake, it's not really a failure, but it's a lesson in learning. I'm not talking about moral failures. I'm talking about just you try and you're doing some maths questions and you get them wrong. Like, that's not a sin, is it? Right? Hands up if you that was your favourite subject at school, maths. Okay, we've got a couple. So I'm assuming for the rest of us, that wasn't your favourite subject at school. And when you made a mistake, it was actually an opportunity to learn. You could think like that, or you could think I'm an idiot. You've got one of two choices, can't you? When you think to yourself, well, I'm just no good at this is terrible, this is awful, I hate this, you just don't get any better at it. But when you think, you know what, I've got an opportunity to learn here, you do get better. And this is what big people do, right? So we're talking about how do we become bigger. This is a really massive thing. And it's so important for you. It's a massive thing, yeah. it's an important thing for us as individuals. It's an important thing for us as a church too, because our church can only do so much with the people who are the church, right? We are the church. The bigger we are as individuals, the bigger we are as a church, and the bigger the influence that we can have. All right. So this is a really important thing. It's massive for my heart at the moment, anyway. All right. Do you guys know the word YOLO? All right. If you're under 35, you might instantly know that one. If you're not, you might know it, you might not. YOLO means you only live once. You only live once. All right, and it's a term that's used. Well, I think it's so 2016, but it's this term that was used last year particularly a lot in social media. Hashtag YOLO. All this kind of thing on Instagram or Facebook, and the kind of idea was I can do whatever I want because you only live once. I don't like that idea because it kind of says, well, I can just do, I can go take drugs, I can go sleep with whoever I want to sleep with, or whatever, do anything I feel like, because you only live once. So give it a go. If it doesn't work out, who cares? I only live once. But it's really
exactly
the opposite, really, isn't it?
Yeah, you only live once.
Yeah, it's you only live once. You've got to do it right. And so Mae West. Everyone remember Mae West? If you're 35 or under, you don't know who Mae West is.
Leave me sometime.
And so Mae West, way before it became hashtag YOLO, she said you only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. And it's so true. This is the way the Bible puts it. The most valuable commodity you have is not money, gold, or stocks. It's time. It's time. That's the one thing you can't get back. That 3-second pause that I just did, you can't get that time back. I wasted you 3 seconds.
Tools down.
Talk a bit quicker, you'll get it back.
It's going to be faster now, so because we're only like. But this is the point. You can't get your time back. All right. No matter how long we live, we don't know how long that's going to be. But whatever it is, we're not going to get our time back. But what we can get is our money back. We can give it away. We can spend it on something else, and we can get some back. I mean, it's not unlimited, but there's an opportunity to get it back, isn't there? But you can't get Friday back because Friday's already happened. So when you think like that too, when you're feeling a little bit down, don't let Friday be Friday the day that you wasted. You wasted half a morning already, and just say, you know what? I've only got one of these Fridays. I've already wasted half an hour of it. I'm going to change my attitude. I'm just going to pick myself up. I'm going to ask the Lord to help me, and I'm going to get in there, get stuck into it, right? And so it says this, it's time. Don't live foolishly. This is what the Bible's saying. Don't live foolishly as those with no understanding, but live honourably with true wisdom. For we are living in evil times. Take full advantage of every day as you spend your life for His purposes. That's Ephesians 5:15 to 16. Comes from the Passion Translation. This is what the NIV says. Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise but as wise, making the most of every opportunity because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be foolish, but understand what the Lord's will is. The only way to take full advantage of our time is to build our capacity. As you prepare for whatever it is you do, as you get bigger, as you grow, you can do more things, you can handle more things. And so we've got to make the most of every single opportunity we have. And one of those things is to build your potential, build your capacity. And it's interesting, you know, like if you have a jar of clay, you've got a glass of some sort of, you know, a jar of some sort, and it's, you know, it holds 500 mils of water. How many mils of water can it hold? It's not a trick question. 500 mils. All right. So what if I have 700? Sorry, God, no, wasn't a trick question there. 500 mil cup can only hold 500 mils of water. Right. But what if the Lord wants to pour 700 mils in?
Let him overflow.
He'll overflow. Living water, which is a great thing to spill out and, you know, go all over everybody else. Isn't it? It's a great thing. But for this morning's illustration, I'm not talking about overflow, but we need to overflow. All right, that's why I wrote that book, because, you know, we need to overflow. This is important. But for this morning, what I'm saying, if you have 700 mils that God wants to pour into your life for you and only you, you know, like He's building it for you, and then you use that, right, for His glory, for His purposes, you can't put in 700 mils. It's not going to stay there, is it? Can't stay there. So, but maybe God wants to do that. And I think there's a few of us this morning where God's really saying, I want to pour more in to you. And I just need you to be a bit bigger right now. And so, it seems, but it kind of seems impossible, doesn't it? Because, you know, like, I don't know if you've ever seen the process of potting, you know, but, you know, you make your clay and you put it in the oven, it's all set, it's done. All right, once it's in the oven, it's done. But God can make us live again. We actually, you know, we're born once and then we have to be born again. Remember when Jesus said in John 3, you must be born again. You must be born again. And so here, we can be reshaped by the Lord, can't we? He's made us once. It says in, where is it? It is in 2 Corinthians 4:7 that we're jars of clay. And that gives Him honour, that gives Him glory, this jars of clay. But here's the thing, if we can be born once and then born again, and God is the God of the impossible, He's the God who heals cancer, He's the God who heals people of diabetes, He's the God who heals our relationship struggles supernaturally sometimes, He's the God who can do all sorts of amazing, incredible things, so there's no reason why He can't reshape us. He's already made us, He's made us to a certain capacity, but if we ask Him and say, hey God, can you help me out a little bit more here with this, He can enlarge us. He can enlarge us. I don't know how He does that. And, you know, sometimes maybe that process is painful, but it can be done. He is the great potter. He's not just a potter. He's the great potter. Isaiah 54:2 says, enlarge the place of your tent. This is God speaking to Isaiah. Enlarge the place of your tent. Stretch your tent curtains wide. Do not hold back. Lengthen your cords. Strengthen your stakes. And the New Living Translation puts it like this. Enlarge your house. Build an addition. Spread out your home. And spare no expense. That's so nice, isn't it? And this is a command. It's not an option. Just as Alan was saying this morning, this is a command. Enlarge your house. Build an addition. Get ready for more people to come into your family. That's what he's really saying. You know, and so it's we've got to do this. And so I want to give just this morning two tips. So just there's one that's a bit of a spiritual one, and one that's just a real practical one. All right? There's so many different things you could do, but I'm just going to go with two, and that hopefully, when you walk out that door, you still remember one of them. Because if you're like me, and like anybody, you hear a lot of things, and you take in some things and you don't take in some things. So I want you to take this away, put it in there, and it's kind of it's folded in that heart of yours, and it's there and it's stuck in you, and it's not and it won't go anywhere. All right. So so number one, pray about it. All right. There's the spiritual one. He's the great potter, so he can reshape you. All right. Pray about it. 1 Chronicles 4:10. Last year I was praying this every day. I haven't been praying it every day this year. I'm just going to turn there. 1 Chronicles 4:10. I'd walk up and down Caves Beach every morning, almost every morning. And this was one of the prayers that I prayed regularly. It says this. This is what 1 Corinthians 4:10 says. Jabez cried out to the God of Israel, and this is what his cry was: "Oh, that you would bless me and enlarge my territory. Let your hand be with me and keep me from harm, so that I'll be free from pain." Some translations say, "and free from harming others," like not harming others. And God granted him his request. And I was just, well, there's a book about this. You could go check that out. Is that in the? Do you know if that's in our library at all? The Book of Jabez.
Not that I know.
Not you know. Okay, that's all right. A good little book, and it's only real little ones worth getting from Kuron. And so so just every morning, I just walk along. Oh Lord, I just want you to do this particular thing, Lord. Would you help me with this particular thing, Lord, so that I can do the thing that you've asked me to do, Lord? And if you enlarge this place and you build my business and you do these things, and would you just bless me, Lord, in this area of my life and my family, Lord? Would you bless? And so I was just praying, like, just enlarge me, Lord, make me bigger. And I believe he's doing that and still doing that, but was doing it then even more so. And so, there's times in your life he's going to build your capacity, and there's times in your life where he's going to fill you, where you build that capacity. So there's times when he builds you, makes you bigger, and then there's the times when he pours that living water in. Does that kind of make sense? Yeah. We go through those different seasons, and it's such a blessing. So I want to encourage you, pray about it, just as Jabez did, just as I do, and did a lot of last year. Keep doing that. Just pray about it. Make me a bigger person, Lord. Enlarge my tent, Lord. In Jesus' name. All right. Practical tip. Here's a practical tip. Do something new. Just do something new. Do something different. Do something new. You can do that. Just one thing. Do something new. So, it could be a whole bunch of things. Get on social media. Get off social media. I don't know which one it is for you, but if you need to get it off, get off. If you need to get on there, get on there. Join a gym, take up ballet, grab a book from our library. Challenge yourself, start a blog. Commit to engaging like one conversation with a stranger each week. There's a whole bunch of different things you could do.
That's easy for the extrovert.
Extrovert. So don't make that your challenge, Lance. Make that if you're an introvert, make that a challenge for you.
I do that 2 or 3 times a day.
A day, that's right. So you need something else then to have a go. One of the new things I've been doing is I've been going and hanging out with as many pastors as I can and just trying to learn from them, because I'm a pastor. I need to learn how to be a better pastor. Yeah. So I learned that from other pastors and feedback and all sorts of different things, right? Books and CDs and all that kind of stuff. And I'm hanging out with some other pastors, and I got invited to be part of C3 Newcastle's staff meetings. Yeah. So I thought, I'm going to go to those staff meetings. I'm going to go there and I'm just going to soak it up, learn from them, and there's learn from, and they might learn from me potentially too. But and so I'm there, I'm taking it all in, and there was this awesome story that happened last week, and so you all know Pastor Ryan. He's the C3 Newcastle pastor, him and Erica, and his wife, and Ryan got an excited phone call from his sister-in-law and said, "You can't believe it, this is incredible, I just can't believe what's happened here." the phone call goes on like this. She said, so Ryan drives he drives a black Jeep. All right, you know, one of those black new Jeeps, right? They look pretty cool cars. I drive a green P, but he drives a black Jeep, and so she said that I was listening to NXFM, and the host of the morning show was talking about how she had been picked up by a pastor in a black Jeep, who was driving, you know, my Uber taxi. My Uber, if you don't know what Uber is, like a taxi, but it's not quite. So I caught this Uber, and it was this guy as a pastor and in this black Jeep, and they're you know, and so there's a whole conversation going on, and he had a spiritual conversation with her, and she told all of Newcastle about the spiritual conversation that she had with this pastor, who wasn't weird. Believe it or not, this pastor was a normal person, you know, and she talked about how the staff was saying, well, did he try and bribe him in by coming with lollies and all this kind of stuff? It's like, I'm like, this guy's a normal guy. Just like most pastors are. Sorry for the spray. And he prayed with her, and she told, you know, all of Newcastle that this pastor prayed with him. With her, and fantastic, just incredible news. And so Ryan just said, you know what, it's all because I decided to be an Uber driver just to expand my world, just to get out there and do stuff that I wouldn't normally do. And so he drives from a meeting to another meeting or whatever, and then he's just like, well, may as well just check to see if anybody wants a lift in my general direction. And it's nothing to do with money for him. Like, it's all about just, can I have a conversation with somebody? Do something different. Expand your world. It's, I think it's just kind of as simple as that. Pray about it. Just do something different. There's two things for you. Hopefully that's practical for you. And that'll be a blessing to you. Bless you guys. Have an awesome week. If you want prayer.